What is going on, everyone? Today is Saturday, April 5th. We are back with a bunch of stuff on the sports slate today, a full MLB slate. We're going to go over 5 games. We have the final four tonight in the men's March Madness with Florida, Auburn, Houston, Duke, all the one seeds, first time since 2008. We got two NHL games we're going to get into and a quick little NBA game as the NBA season's also dwindling down with the NHL season towards the playoffs. But me and Ace here today, we're going to get right into the MLB. We got some good games on the slate today. Had a great slate yesterday. Some day baseball again as we have a home game in Chicago with the Padres heading to the Cubs. Padres are a plus 100 underdog here. Cubs minus 120. Over under an even 7. It's Pivetta versus Matthew Boyd. Ace, which way you going here? Can the Padres? They've been one of the hottest teams. Them and the Dodgers both lose yesterday. Do the Padres get back in the win column?
Yeah, exactly. That's my thought right there. I think they get back in the win column. I mean, they have Nick Pivetta going on the mound. He's going up against Matthew Boyd, two guys that have had great starts to start with their new team, new franchise for both of them. Pivetta coming over from the Red Sox to San Diego, and Boyd going from the Guardians to the Chicago Cubs. Yesterday, the Padres getting their first loss of the year. It's because they went up against Shota Imanaga, however you want to say it, but he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. I think he's 2-0 to start, 1-0 decision, and the Padres bats are going to look to get going against Boyd. He's been tough since he came off the injury last year, but the way that Pavetta's been throwing, he put up that high strikeout total. I'm looking for him to have a resurgent year out there in San Diego. That West Coast just builds people back up. I think he's going to have a big season, similar to Michael King last year, if you remember him coming over from the Yankees, about that same age range, early 30s. And then the bats for the Padres, Tatis has been on fire. Manny Machado has been on fire. We saw Luis Arias launch a home run. That's something you never see. But those bats for the Cubs are good as well. That's why you see that the Padres coming in at even. I love that line for the Padres today. I think that's a great team to pick up. Pivetta, getting them back in the win column today. Let's go to the San Diego Padres here. I know they have Kyle Tucker, who's been great since he came over from Houston, but he's going to quiet those bats today. Give me Pivetta and co. to shut them down, get back to 8-1, and the Cubs will fall to 6-5. How do you feel about that one?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I don't think they lose this series today. I think we at least get a 1-1 series going into tomorrow. I don't know who will be pitching there, but I'll be on the Padres plus the 100 today. I think that's great value for a very good team. Another day game, obviously. Yesterday, Cubs kind of handled business, like you said. Imanaga on the mound, he's an absolute beast. But I think the Padres have the pitching advantage here today. I think they have the better lineup too. So I think this is a scenario we kind of say the wrong team might be favored, but.
We got
Padres
TMG in the chat too, Huff. We got some people in the chat saying, well, we got the YouTube chat saying, make me some cash. Want to hear some bets? TMG, though, shout out for tuning in. He's saying Padres money line, fire. Yeah, I mean, that money line's looking great for him today. And like you said, Huff, even up the series going into Sunday, Pivetta, he's good and done.
Absolutely. We'll get into our second game. Another, like I mentioned, the Dodgers and Phillies in Philadelphia at 4:05. This is a minus 110. Pick them both ways. Over under at 8.5. Phillies obviously got the win yesterday. Same thing. Do the Dodgers get back in the win column here today? I think they do. Roki Sasaki on the mound against Nola. I hate going against Nola, but sometimes I feel like Nola is the kind of pitcher when I go against him, he looks like a Cy Young candidate. When I bet on him, he just looks like kind of a shell of himself. But I'm going to go with the Dodgers here today, minus 110. You don't see them at that price often. I did it yesterday at the minus 120. I think it was 125. I took them out. They obviously lost. I'm going to double down on them again here today.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the chat for jumping in. Someone saying here, Phillies money line, Schwarber 1.5 bases. TMG, that's not a bad bet here against Sasaki. It's going to be tough, but we see him hitting in the top of the order. The real Shikai, the Fufu. I got the Nerfy in this game. You talking about the Dodgers game or the Padres game? I'm interested to hear that. I'm a big Nerfy guy. I like betting it. I'm going to guess you're going with this Phillies-Dodgers game because it's a bit more of a premier matchup, but Pivetta and Boyd could do it in San Diego too. Chance the Block, shout out for tuning in. He's saying Slam Diego money line, and shout out Don Orsillo. We're going to go with Slam Diego money line too. We're talking about this Dodgers game here. Schwarber getting a home run today. He said, wow, that's crazy. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He likes to launch them. Sasaki, it's a nice little righty-lefty matchup. But the Dodgers opened up this game at plus 110, Huff. I don't know if you saw that. Now they're sitting at like minus 110. You said I see minus 105 here on ESPN bet. So make sure you shop your lines. But let's give a shout out to Jesus Luzardo yesterday. He completely shut down those Dodger bats for the first loss of the year. I think he went 7 or 8 innings, tossed 8 keys, 0 earned. They shut out the Los Angeles Dodgers. I mean, what a resounding win. Luzardo coming over from the Marlins in the offseason. Shout out to Marlins, got him on the
I
hat
thought
here.
that's where he came from. I was like, he was not on the Phillies last year.
No, and you remember who they traded him for? It was for Luis Arias. They traded him straight up, and then he won the batting title with the Twins, I believe. Luzardo has always been a great pitcher. He got injured halfway through the year last year, and then so people discounted him, I guess, and then he went back over to the Phillies now, and he's pitching as like their 3 or 4 in the rotation. I think he's truly the 3 behind Wheeler and Nola, but
They have a sick lineup.
he
Yeah,
could even be higher than that.
even Suarez too.
Suarez, yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge Suarez fan, but his numbers don't lie. You can't really hate on him.
Yeah.
But this matchup today is going to be great. We saw Harper have some big hits. They got Bohm using the torpedo bat. I'm going to go with the Dodgers here too, though. I think they get back in the win column. It's tough to beat that team twice in a row. I know Aaron Nola is one of the better pitchers. Didn't have a great start in his first one. So I think that trend might continue. Look for the lefties. You think the lineup that's that good from Los Angeles gets shut out 2 days in a row? No shot. Look for Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman have a big game. Shout out to JT Realmuto behind the dish yesterday. He was hosing those Dodgers base runners as they tried to claw their way back in late. But I think that's going to be too tough today. One of the better pitchers going for the Dodgers. I think Nola's still going to take another week or two to figure his stuff out. And look for the Dodgers to win. Let's go with that nice money line there. We're going to go with San Diego and the Los Angeles Dodgers to get back in the win column. Ty asking if the Nationals are going to win today. I don't think we're covering the Nationals, so we'll just give you a quick pick on that one.
I like D-backs in that game.
Yeah, me too. And the pitching matchup, you got Eduardo Rodriguez going against Mitchell Parker. I'm not a huge Mitchell Parker guy. He's an inning eater. Not too bad. Nothing too dominant, though. Eduardo Rodriguez looking good. And then Corbin Carroll, 2 home run game yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that. He's a stud, one of the best players in the league, and super young. Look for those bats to stay hot in Arizona, even though they're on the road in Washington. I like them to win today. Toronto money line's a strong play. One more chat there. We might get to that one a little bit, but we're gonna get into our next game here. Yankees win or no? Last one there, Huff. I think we're getting into this game, right?
What's that?
Yankees Pirates.
No, we can touch on that real quick. That's a 4:05 game because the next game's a little later than that. Stroman Falter going for the Pirates.
Oh God, the Yankees are gonna have a crooked number today.
This is gonna be another 9-1 game. I'd lean on the Yankees minus the 1.5. Don't even
Yankees team total over. You could take probably Judge, Jazz to hit some home runs, maybe Goldie.
Judge got one yesterday. He'll get He'll get at least one more in this series.
Cashed out Guardians minus 2.5 for 100. Thankfully, that's a crazy bet, Connor. I mean, they won what 8-5. That was I had them on the money line last leg in a parlay. Someone saying Braves money line again. Yeah, probably. I mean, they have a late matchup. But let's get into our next game here. Off. We got a couple more coming for you guys.
Absolutely. We're gonna go over to the Orioles heading to Kansas City. Orioles are a minus 105 underdog here. Royals minus 115 with Michael Wacha on the mound. Over under an even 8. I was on the Orioles yesterday. Obviously, they got burnt late. It was I think a 3-2 game, and then the Royals scored a bunch of insurance runs late, and it got out of hand. But which way do you lean here? Orioles obviously a very good team. Do they get back in the win column today, or are you leaning on this Kansas City team to keep things going?
Yeah, I don't lean on Kansas City here. I mean, I know that they have.
Who's this pitcher for Baltimore? I'm not familiar with him.
Oh, Sugano. He's one of those guys that came over from the Asian leagues, right? So he's supposed to be pretty good. I think he dealt with some injury in the spring training here. Any of the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Shout out the chat also doing some quick math for us, Connor and Anthony. Chirping someone there saying, oh, Connor saying he cashed minus 2.5 for the Guardians. They won 8-6. Yeah, how'd you cash 2.5? I don't get that. He cashed out before the game was over. Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, all right. Well, he's a smart man because he wouldn't have hit that bet 8-6. But talking about this Orioles and Royals game, yeah, yesterday was Seth Lugo going. Today it's Michael Wacha, I believe. I've always been a fan of Michael Wacha, but I don't think he's going to be able to quiet these Orioles bats. They're on a losing streak though, and I know you guys. I like to bet with the streak. I don't like to go against it because
I'm gonna avoid this game. I was on the Orioles yesterday. This is not the same case with the Dodgers.
I like a lot of runs here. I think the runs that line total is very low today. Chat, let me know if you agree. 7.5 runs for the Orioles and Royals. Orioles got names like Rutschman. They got Cowser. They have O'Neill, Santander, the amount of good hitters. I think Gunnar Henderson's back in the lineup too. I think he might have debuted yesterday. He's debuting today, coming off the injury. But I'm going over 7.5 here. Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt's been on fire to start the year. Jonathan India's a great hitter. Pasquantino, I like him too. Can't wait for Jack Caglione to get called up. Santander's on the Jays. Oh, yeah, good catch there. He was there before, but they still got some great hitters in that lineup. With Cedric Mullins still hitting bombs. What about Tyler O'Neill? I mean, that guy started the year on fire, but the O's on the 3-game losing streak. I can't take a side here because I do lean on them to win, but I'm taking runs here. Michael Wacha, Sagano. I don't think they quiet both of these strong lineups. Let's go over 7.5.
Yeah, I like that play.
Yeah, chat. What do you think about that one? You guys leaning on a side? Do you think the Orioles break that winning streak, or do you think it's just going to be high scoring? Brent really saying supposed to be bad weather. Yeah, that could come into effect too. But I'm still going with the over there. I'm going with the over. Connor saying under 8. He likes that. I like the over though. Thanks, Connor. Yeah, he's tailing it. What do you think about Phillies Dodgers? Yeah, we just talked about that one before. Brent, you joined in a little bit late. We're on the Dodgers to get back in the win column. Aaron Nola started slow, and we don't think Luzardo performances repeated where he quieted those bats. Sox money line. Yeah, let's go Sox. My favorite team. I'm repping the Marlins. It's my second team, but big Red Sox guy. We're on a 3-game heater, boys, so we're gonna ride that trend while it's hot. But I think we got a couple more games. Did you go over the Astros game? No, we have not yet. But let's get into our next one. Stay tuned, and we'll review our picks at the end too.
Yeah, next game is your Red Sox, St. Louis at Boston.
Christian Campbell, go. Yeah, good call.
Red Sox are -125 on the money line. Cardinals +105. Like you said, Red Sox riding a 3-game winning streak into this one. I'm also not familiar with your pitcher in this game, Fitz.
Oh, Dick Fitz. I mean, chat definitely loves Dick Fitz. Richard Fitz jumping onto the scene. I mean, we have Brian Bayo. You remember him? You remember Cutter Crawford last year? Yeah. They started out great. Oh, God. Connor said he took the under yesterday for the game. Red Sox homer went off, but Richard Fitz is very, very strong. We all knew, if you're a Red Sox fan or you've been following Red Sox baseball, you knew him coming up. He was a sleeper candidate to break out this year, and I think he might stick in the rotation.
Younger guy?
Younger guy. Even if Bayo ends up getting healthy, even if Cutter ends up getting healthy, Dick Fitz is going to stay in the lineup. He had a great first start. I know he ended up. Richard Fitz, Dick Fitz, under 9 here. Connor, I'm not going to take the under though, because Palante is going. He also had a great start. A lot of people, if you're a Cardinals fan, familiar with the Cardinals game, they're expecting Palante to have a strong year. Oh God, not the blue Pianta, buddy. What? Yeah, we're gonna go with the Pianta for Richard Fitz. We're taking him to the Red Sox continue their winning streak. The bats have been on fire. Christian Campbell, Rookie of the Year. He got extended 8 by 60. What a crazy, crazy year. Is the over gonna hit today? I think it is. I think I'm safer with a Red Sox team total over than I am with a full game over. 8.5 is kind of scaring me. But the Cardinals bats have been hot too. Yesterday they just wouldn't go to sleep. They ended up putting up 9 of their own in a 13-9 loss. That guy, I believe it's Herrera, right? With a big home run streak. He's got 4 or 5 home runs.
What was it? 4 in his last 2 games?
Yeah, he hit one yesterday too. So
or maybe it was 3 games. That'd be
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Red Sox here, though. Christian Campbell jumping up. Look at Rafael Devers, too. Everybody was worried about Raffy at the beginning of the year. He started 0 for 19 with 12 strikeouts. But since
he just needed to get back to Fenway.
Well, not even that. He started hitting well in Baltimore. Ever since the calendar flipped to April, he's like 5 for 11. He has like 7 or 8 walks on the year. He only has 1 strikeout in his last few games. And we're on a winning streak here. Trevor Story with that nice bomb at home. Wilyer Abreu, one of the breakout candidates of the year. His story's been great. He's been hitting the baseball well. Got Jaron Duran, Alex Bregman hitting the ball well. Yeah, let's go with the Red Sox on the money line.
I was just going to say, I'm glad you just said that. Who's the Abreu guy you guys have?
Wilyer Abreu. He was on the team last year, but he's been on fire. He's been 500 on the season.
I was checking the box score the other day, and I saw Abreu scored a run or something. You know what I mean? Something in the box score. I almost texted you, when the fuck did the Red Sox get Jose Abreu? I thought he was like 45 years old.
It's Bobby Abreu. No, I'm kidding. Shout out to the chat. This chat. You remember if Bobby Abreu? Anybody remember him? He was good. I don't know if you guys are too young in this chat, but Wilyer Abreu has been great. He's been hitting the ball so hard, and now the Red Sox have a problem here because anybody familiar with prospects, shout out to the Pig Dogs. Roman Anthony, the top prospect, probably one of the top prospects in baseball. I think he's top 5. He's been crushing the ball down in AAA, but our outfield's crowded. You have a big contract for Rafael, who's got that speed, that defense. You got Duran, who's got that speed defense hitting all-star last year. Then Willier's one of the hottest hitters in the bigs right now. Yoshida's on his way back. Maybe we got to make a move. Maybe we got to make a move to get Roman Anthony up. Cassis, too. He's been hitting the ball well. Someone in the chat saying home run Raffy. Yeah, I know he's due. He's swinging the bat a little bit better, but he's still not really hitting power shots. He's just getting balls through for base hits. Once he starts hitting something big, I'll get on it, but I'm gonna stay off of it. But maybe today. Today's the day. Palante. Let's go Red Sox on the money line. Some quick things from the chat here, Huff. They're saying Royals only question mark home run Raffy, Roman Marcelo. Yeah, you're right. Roman Marcelo.
600 for a Devers home run.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Anthony, top three. Yeah, he's just a dog, huh? Someone said A's versus Rockies. Who we all got today? Let me check that matchup real quick.
Sears Marquez.
Oh God, Marquez isn't terrible, but yesterday it was snowing out there. Chad, I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was awesome to see. Some snow baseball. I think we see a little bit more runs today. That one blew up late in extras, 6-3. It ended up going under that 9.5. But Coors Field, you got to think they go off. Brent Rooker, Lawrence Butler. Brent Rooker went 0-4 yesterday. I think he ends up hitting a home run today after not hitting one yesterday. But I like the over in that one. Give me the A's too. I think their bats are way
Yeah, I
too
like
good.
the A's.
Anybody that does fantasy baseball too, shout out to Hunter Goodman, who started out great. I picked him up yesterday though, and he goes 0-4. So maybe he gets back into the hit column as well today. Someone saying Ozuna home run. Yeah, he hit one yesterday, so I think he's starting to feel his stride. They've been walking that guy so much though, which is the only annoying thing. Wouldn't bet a Devers prop with my worst enemy. LOL. Yeah, I'm with you for right now. He's gonna get better. He'll be fine. Dodgers and Yankees money line. Yeah, we love that. Sox Cardinals picks. Yeah, we got Sox in the money line. Dodgers let me down big time yesterday. Yeah, you did get let down, but that was a great pitching matchup. Luzardo's great. Those are two of the best teams in the NL. That's not the
Take
game.
him again today. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't know. If I were to stay away from a game, it could be the Dodgers Phillies game because those teams are both so good. If you want
I'm
to
more
see
confident. Yeah, I agree. I'm more confident in the Padres to win today
the
again.
Yankees,
Yeah, after what we just talked about.
I like the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Padres. I think I like the Braves today. Yeah, the Braves. Who's going for the Marlins?
Smashed the Marlins last night.
Oh yeah, it's Quantrill. Yeah, he's gonna get lit up. Smith Shawver going for us. Everybody knows Smith Shawver. They just call him Ass because that's his initials, ASS. Andrew Smith Shawver. But yeah, let's get into our next game off. A lot of good ones on the slate today.
Yeah, the last MLB game we're gonna get into, at least for the ones we have written down here, is a divisional matchup with the Cincinnati Reds heading to Milwaukee to take on the Brewers. Brewers are a -118 favorite. Reds -102. Reds scored their first 2 runs in their last 4 games yesterday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They lost 3 straight 1-0 games. Brewers win this, or no, it's a 4-game series. Sorry, so technically it's a 2-0 series right now. I can't bet on this Reds team right now. I did it earlier in the week. We got burnt. I did the Brewers last night. I'm going to do it again today. I'm on Milwaukee.
Yeah, I mean, this series has been great, and those Reds bats have been super quiet. My boy, Matty McLean. Anybody know Matt McLean? He's been hurt. Someone goes, I hate being a Reds fan. Yeah, I feel for you. I don't know. You got a cool mascot, though. But the Reds, they have a bright future here. Hunter Green's one of the best pitchers in the league. He's getting called up. Also, shout out to someone in the chat here. Say, can you all keep doing these? I just followed. Yeah, we always do these. We love covering baseball. We do great with football, too. I mean, I think we had like 1,500 to 3,000 followers a week every Sunday morning. So make sure you stay following when we get there. But baseball season, nothing else going on. We'll let you guys tune in and give you some free bets. But Cincinnati Reds here, going with Brady Singer on the mound. Oof, not a big fan. He's 1-0. He's going up against Rodriguez from the Brewers. I'm looking for runs here. Runs galore. Like you said, the Reds were getting shut down a week before. A lot of people in the chat gassing up Ellie De La Cruz. He's saying Brady Singer threw a scoreless game last time. If the Reds could score just a couple, they could win it. No, I agree. I don't think Singer repeats that performance. Brant, let me know if you think he does. I really don't. Brewers have some solid bats in their lineup. I'm looking for more runs today. I think that's a low total, 8.5. I think it ends up going over. And I like the Reds to win this game, even on the money line. It's a great spot for us. We're going to take them as dogs today, road dogs. Let's go to the Cincinnati Reds. I wonder if Matty McLean, I know they're being soft with him, getting him back in the lineup after missing the full year last year. He's popped a couple home runs. Ellie's looked good. I'm looking for some of the other bats to get hot as well. Look for CES to have kind of a little breakout year. Last year he was dealing with injuries behind Candelario and whatnot. We got Friedel and Steer in the lineup too. I'm looking for the Reds to grab a win here today. Brewers, I think they're going to be a disappointment this year. Reds were my sleeper pick to win the NL Central. I don't know who you guys have winning that one. Some people probably thinking the Cubs because they spend so much and they have probably the best pitching in the division, maybe. But I think the Reds are the most exciting team with the highest potential, but their floor is so low. Let's see if they can keep it going. I think he gives them a couple, but still a good performance. Yeah, Brent, I agree. I could see him throwing maybe a quality start. You think he goes 6 here today? I mean, enough to qualify for the win, but look for the Reds to put up 5+. I'm going to take their team total over here. One of my favorite plays. Look for Elliott to get on the base path too and start wreaking havoc. He's using a torpedo bat too, so I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up hitting one out. Someone saying Jackson Wilson, AL Rookie of the Year. I think you mean Jacob Wilson. Is that the one from the A's there? Yeah, he's been hitting pretty well too. I'm going Christian Campbell though. That's my Rookie of the Year. Someone said put 300 on Reds. You're welcome. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. It's a good play. Just added y'all. Yeah, Ty, thanks for adding us. Love to see it. Like Yankees, Reds. win 4-3 behind Singer. Yeah, I'm not a huge like Singer guy, but I guess we'll ride the trend while it's happening. Chat Bryce wants to know about the Astros game, Huff. He's been asking a couple times. Let's get into that Astros game real quick because they've been a disappointment this year. Yordan Alvarez has not been able to hit the baseball well at all, and I think that's a big problem for them. If he can get going, then I think you know who's on the mound today is my boy Spencer Arrighetti. He just throws great stuff. Someone said, "Why aren't Nerfies hitting anymore?" It's early in the season. I think as we get a little feel for who's the pitchers that we want to go with, I think we're 2-1 on Nerfies on the cards. So if you guys go follow us on Instagram, I believe it's on the screen right now for you. Hit the Books Pod. You can go follow our picks every day. We're positive in baseball. We're positive NCAA basketball. Positive NHL, NBA. We throw out free picks every day. So go follow us. Hit the Books Pod. You can DM us whenever you want. Someone said also every year fee I gonna cash like yesterday. Maybe. I mean, there's some day baseball midweek, but it's Arrighetti versus Ober. I don't think Ober. He has that 27 ERA. I don't think he pitches that poorly again. Too good of a pitcher not to. Arrighetti jumped onto the scene. I'm a big fan of his. Strikeout king. Both these guys, big strikeout guys. 7.5 total sitting there. I like the Astros as dogs to get the job done today. Look for Altuve to get some hits going. They had the day off yesterday too. I think that's big for them.
Yeah, Twins obviously won the first game of the series. I like the or no, Twins lost the first game of the series. Sorry, I think it was Thursday, right? Yeah, Astros
yeah,
won
they didn't play
5-2.
yesterday.
I look at the Astros as kind of going a little streak here. I'm not big on this Twins team. I like the Astros as a dog here, plus 105.
Yeah, and someone said in the chat here, Arrighetti Keys. Yeah, I like Arrighetti Keys. What's the line sitting out there? Birds and Bees, if you can let me know. I believe it's probably going to sit around 5.5, 6.5, but I think he goes over on that. He's going to fan a lot.
Arrighetti's 5.5 over is minus 150 though.
Yeah, I like that. You can even take an alternate one. I could see him putting up 8 to 10 Ks today. He really punches people out. I think my picks for today is Padres, Yanks, Reds, Guards, money line. Yeah, I'm on all that. Guards, let's just take a look at that matchup real quick. Guards, Angels. I want to see that pitching matchup here today.
Angels have been pesky.
Ooh, Bibby versus Koknowicz. I think that's going to go under. Total sitting at 8.5. Koknowicz is a breakout candidate of mine. He pitched pretty well his last time out. Threw a quality start for those Angels. Ended up losing that day. But you know how good Bibby can be. I think he was scratched from his first start with sickness or something. But he's one of the top arms in the league. I lean on the Guardians to win. I like the under a lot more. Someone said college hoops bets today. Yeah, Brady, we're going to get to that here shortly. I mean, how can you
That's
not?
next. So stay tuned to that after.
5.5 for Arrighetti. If you guys want a cool one, I don't know if anybody in the chat is really big on this. I like parlaying some of the K strikeouts over. Like, look at some of those matchups for today. Let's look at them a few. Reese Olson, I think he has a massive game against the White Sox today. He faced the Dodgers the first time out. Give me the Tigers minus 1.5. Give me Reese Olson K's over the White Sox. Give me Arrighetti K's over the Twins. I think Pivetta K's, he's just a strikeout god. Give me Nick Pivetta to strike a lot out against the Cubs today. What you like about the Red Sox? Yeah, we like the Red Sox and the Tigers. No pitchers here. Who else do I like? Going through the games. Oh, Taj Bradley, maybe against the Rangers. Taj Bradley, Jacob deGrom. We didn't touch on that one. That's a great pitching matchup. Tampa Bay Rays, Texas Rangers. I wouldn't bet a side there, but I think both those pitchers are going to pitch very well. Two great righties going head to head. Bassett and Canning. That's a good game. Blue Jays Mets. Not going to touch that one either.
In my opinion, you get great value on Stroman against the Pirates. He set at 3.5.
Oh God, yeah, I like that. I just like the Yankees bats though to really crush Falter today. I'm not high on Falter. I don't even think Stroman's gonna have to do too much. Going through a little bit more. Smith Shawver, I think he throws some Ks today, like that minus 1.5. Mariners Giants, you know how good that Mariners staff is, but I'm not gonna touch that one either. Yeah, so for Ks today, let's go with a 2-legger for you. Reese Olson, Spencer Arrighetti, or 3-legger, and Nick Pivetta to strike a lot of people out. Like that a lot. We'll run down the list one more time, Huff. I'll go with mine. Let me know if you disagree. I like the Red Sox over the Cards.
I was gonna say the only one we were different on is I had Brewers, you had Reds. So go ahead.
Yeah, and that's one of those games that's too close to call, so maybe I'll stay away. But for these games, I'm gonna go Red Sox over Cardinals, Tigers over White Sox. Not gonna touch that Astros game. We're gonna go Padres over the Cubs, Diamondbacks over the Nationals, Dodgers over the Phillies, but that one's kind of weary. I wouldn't add that too much. Yankees over the Pirates, easy. Not touching O's Rays, not touching Rays Rangers, Jays Mets, nope. Reds Brewers, nope. Braves or the Marlins, like a minus 1.5. Athletics Rockies, not even going to touch that. Tough matchup, weather inclements too. Mariners Giants, not touching them. We'll take the under in the Guards and Angels. So yeah, our favorite ones here today, definitely Sox, Tigers, Padres, Dodgers, Yankees. I think the Braves. Those are our favorite picks here today. Going to be some good baseball stuff. Make sure you guys stay followed. Go like our Instagram accounts, our Twitter accounts. Follow us on here. Every week we'll be giving you guys some plays, and we record our podcast once a week too, where we go over everything in way more depth. So make sure you give a follow if you like talking baseball. We got some other sports in the way. Final Four. What else we got on slate?
Yeah, we're going to get right into it with the Final Four. We got 6:09 tip-off today between Florida and Auburn. Florida is a 2.5-point favorite here, over-under at 159.5. Florida money line is -150, Auburn at +125. Florida is my national championship pick. There is so much money on Florida in this game. I can't bet Florida in this spot. My bracket is cooked. I had them beating Tennessee in the league that I have. Basically, there's a guy that had all 4 1 seeds, I think, or 3 of the 4 1 seeds, so he's going to get it. So I really could care less if Florida wins a national title. I don't have a future on them or anything. I think there's great value in Auburn on the +125 on the money line, or the +2.5. I lean on the +2.5 because I'd like Florida to win the game. I do think they're the better team. I know Mackey would totally disagree. Janai Broome, Pettiford. I'm just big on this. Walter Clayton led Florida team. He's looked like absolutely lights out from the 3-point line. I look at Florida to possibly win the game. I think there's value on Auburn. I'm probably
the Auburn team's been so good all year, though. I think they're the better team.
Who? Auburn?
Yep.
I'm saying I think there's value in Auburn plus the 125, and just like in this second game, Houston-Duke. Houston's now a 4.5-point favorite. When we started this live stream, they were 5.5. Over under at 136.5. Houston money line +225. Duke -275. I'd take Houston plus the points.
Wow.
I wish we would have started with this because it was 5.5. Now it's 4.5. I think this has been a chalk tournament the whole way. You get 4 1 seeds. I think you have value in both underdogs. I know that was Mackey's national championship pick. I think it was Auburn, Houston. I think there's a very good chance it happens. I think Duke could win the game. Houston covers a very close one there. That's why I wanted the 5.5. This is a very hard.
I got the chat here going crazy for it a little bit. Brady saying his favorite play of the Final Four is under 159.5. We got Brady also. We got two different Brady guys. Someone else saying. Someone goes, I agree. Auburn is better. Florida is the better team. Florida. Someone goes, Auburn breaks out. Someone goes, Auburn and Houston. Don't bet chalk. I mean, you're going against the stats this year. Someone was saying Cougs to the Natty. Me personally, I'm not as big of the college basketball guy. Huff's our big college basketball correspondent, but everybody tunes in in March. But how does Cooper Flag not get to the finals? How does Cooper Flag not win?
Believe me, my national championship picks Florida, Duke. Auburn. I think there's let me make sure. I mean, there has to be so much money on
Someone saying Florida and Houston from Chance Galucci. No one in the chat is backing Duke. Oh my God. Cooper Flag. Thank you, Will. There it is. Cooper Flag and Duke are getting to the finals. Prove me wrong. They're too good not to. Give me Flag. Yeah, give me Flag every day of the week and tomorrow.
I think they're winning the game. I don't think there's value in the Houston money line. I like the +5.5.
Yeah, I don't. That's a lot of points to cover in such a big game. But I've got Duke to win here today. I think they're going to win the whole thing. I've got them to go. Huff, I know you like Houston. I know you do. Put him in the NBA now. Yeah. Let Miles Uzan and LJ Cryer cook. I've
hated Duke, and so many people have said this. I've hated Duke over the past, I don't know how many years. This team is so night and day different than the past Duke teams that we've seen. Cooper Flag is such a likable player. I don't hate John Shire the way I used to do with Coach K. Well, I never hated Coach K. I just, he wasn't my favorite guy in the world. But I think this Duke team is, compared to recent years, very likable. Houston, there's a great story.
Will in the chat saying this team is so complete, though, this Duke team compared to other ones in the past, which is so amazing.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, and then Scott, you could make the case for any 4 of these teams to win it, and I'd be like, yeah, you could spin it.
We got another person in the chat here, Hobson. Houston can't score against good defenses. Thoughts on that?
Houston is the best defense, so hopefully with a total set at 136.5 and you're getting 5.5 points. You're looking at a 67-63 final score. Houston covers, Duke wins.
Duke has played 3 good teams this year and are 1-2 against them. Ooh, Brady with a nice in-depth stat for you there. So, yeah, chat's pretty
Houston's also known for choking in the Final Four. Houston and Auburn, who I just said, both of these schools are known for choking late in the tournament.
So what do you think? What's your picks here? What's your final picks to win the game? Take spreads away, take points away. Who's getting to the championship game?
Getting to the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say Florida, Auburn, or Florida, Duke. I think there's value in both teams taking the points. I am going to bet Houston plus the 5.5.
And we got
probably
Jason
going to avoid that first game.
Yeah, we got Duke, Florida from if every game. If you watch ball, it's clearly Duke. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm on Duke 100%. It's got to be. It's got to be Duke. Every game Houston has lost has gone over, by the way. Yeah. Then that game will end 84-79. Duke beats Florida. That's Will's pick to win it all. Hoff, if you have Duke and Florida going there, who wins the whole thing?
I have
Duke in my brackets. I have Duke in my brackets.
I would love to see what the line would be. I think Florida would be a 1.5 or a 2-point favorite. I'd probably lean on Florida. Would not be confident at all.
Brady said if you watch ball, Kelvin Sampson will put Duke in a box.
I like that. He said he has a blob ready for them like he did last round, so we'll see. Duke's obviously very good. I'm excited for these two games. 6 o'clock, and I think the other one was, 8:49? 6:09 and 8:49 for the Final Four tonight. National championship on Monday. And then real quick, last night in the women's tournament, I was going to bet this. I'm pissed. South Carolina moves on. UConn kills UCLA. We get South Carolina versus UConn tomorrow night in the women's.
Did anybody do a women's bracket? I did. My work put up a women's bracket challenge. I think I'm gonna come in second at first. I had an exact Elite Eight, exact Final Four, and I have an exact championship. I just need UConn to win. I think I might win the whole thing.
UConn's a 6.5-point favorite tomorrow, so I think you're looking pretty good. And I'd take UConn minus the 6.5.
Paige Buchers coming out of Rhode Island here from the podcast. Got to represent that New England Northeast realm, so I think Connecticut's gonna do. I put my 401k on that. Jay says Duke, Florida would open as Duke as a 1.5-point favorite, and someone saying they put their 401k on Duke to win the whole thing. No love to Auburn here though, huh? I think that's a really strong team. I wouldn't be surprised if they upset Florida.
Like I said, dude, you could make a case for any four of these teams
because it's so chalk and there's no big difference. Yeah. You're nitpicking, but no, I think the big one is Duke, though. Duke's not losing. They're winning the whole thing. This thing's set up for Cooper Flag to be a national champion before he goes to the NBA, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And speaking of the NBA, we got one game I want to touch on here with the Memphis Grizzlies heading to Detroit to take on the Pistons. What'd you say?
Finger guns?
Yeah. Ja Morant obviously just fined $75,000. He will be playing in this game. We'll see if he does it again. Did you see what he put on his Instagram story last night?
No.
The tweet of Shams Charania saying he got fined $75,000, and Ja Morant put the cat. It was just an all-black picture with that tweet, and then he wrote on it "pew pew."
Oh, good. Yeah. Not many people in the chat loving the NBA takes here. Is Cade playing tonight? Will wants to know. Is Cade playing? He's been in and out of the lineup. I'm high on those Pistons. Everybody's been
Pistons are dogs here, so I wouldn't be surprised. Grizzlies have been very cold. They won their last game, obviously, against Miami, but Miami sucks. Cade Cunningham is a game-time decision tonight.
Yeah, Jay, he does need a better PR team. I don't think he cares, though. Some of these new stars don't care. They just want that to be their image. Give me Pistons if Cade plays. Yeah, I like that, Will. I think, does anybody in the chat think the Pistons can make a little run, upset somebody in the East? I've been saying that all year on the podcast. We have a Knicks guy that's normally here. He's out today. He's working. But he's like, no shot the Pistons can win. It's going to be all chalk in the NBA and the Eastern Conference. I think that the Pistons can win. You post Pokemon Kid, what you know about investing. Oh, geez. I mean, Pokemon is an investment if you look at it from the long run. If I still had my cards from when I was a kid, I think I'd be pretty rich right now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon.
Detroit draws the Pacers in the first round, I'd pick Detroit.
What if Detroit draws the New York Knicks in the first round?
I'd have to look at how healthy Brunson is and how healthy Cunningham is.
Yeah. That could be very interesting. What about the Bucks even too? I fumbled the bag with those. Yeah, well, me too. I mean, mine were out of shape anyways. I think I still got them, but they're all destroyed. I got a lot of good sports cards though. I mean, I pulled a good one the other day. I got a nice Shaq Barrett numbered autograph. That was pretty cool. But yeah, back to this Eastern Conference. We're gonna get some more NBA as we get closer, but we're dialed on the MLB today. We're dialed on Final Four. That's our big leagues. NHL, we're pretty hot too. We do some pretty big hockey talk. I don't know if anybody in the chat here, probably all basketball, baseball today, but we got some big hockey stuff coming. Ovi tied the record last night too. Do you think they're going to play it out a little bit longer? You think Ilya Sorokin and co shuts out the Caps next game to keep the race going a little bit longer, make Wayne Gretzky follow him around? Or do you think Ovi gets it done in his next game immediately?
No, I think their next two games are at the Islanders and then home against the Hurricanes. I'd take him to do it at home against the Hurricanes.
Yeah, me and my buddy were talking about that. We're going to be like, all of this atmosphere getting built up for him to do it, and they're going to get shut out tomorrow against the New York Islanders.
Did you see him say he didn't want to go in? Like, everyone was pissed that Ryan Leonard scored that empty net goal last night. His NHL
career. He doesn't want to do that, though.
Ovi said he goes with him in the building. I don't want to score. I don't want to break his record on an empty net goal.
Yeah, I mean, here is enough of them to get there. So, but all right, chat. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you give us a follow. We're gonna give you those MLB plays. We post them every day. Go follow us on Instagram. DM us whenever you have a question about picks. We're excited for the Final Four. We might get a little streaming for the championship too before that on Monday. Who knows? We'll let you guys know. Just make sure you're tuned in. Have your post notifications on, whatnot. Hop, you got anything else to let the people know where to get our picks and whatnot?
We'll get over. I don't know what time the first game in the MLB starts, but obviously a full slate. So
an hour or two.
Yeah, we'll get some plays out for you today in the MLB. NBA, whatever we got, NHL. I know we didn't touch on many NHL games.
Will, Brady.
I don't know about you. I'll give you a couple quick NHL games I was going to bet today. I like the Panthers minus the 135 against the Senators. I like the Kings. I know it's minus 165 against the Oilers. Your Bruins against the Hurricanes. Probably you guys are heavy full tank right now. I'd probably say Hurricanes. Lightning Sabres. Hard to go against the Lightning. Obviously, they just lost that last game to the Senators. Look at them to get back in the win column. Avs Blues. Blues are on fire. I think their streak does come to an end today, though, to the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, I think there's some good games to look at, too. I like the Stars. That's my favorite one to bet minus 1.5. They're on ABC at 3 o'clock. Will saying Yordan Alvarez for a nuke might be worth a sprinkle, but he's been so bad so far this season. Matchup was perfect. Yeah, I know. Maybe it's a matchup-based play, but same with the Raffy Devers take earlier that we were hearing. I'm going to wait on Devers. I'm going to wait on Yordan until they turn their season around before I start putting money on them. But who knows? I mean, they're too good to not hit one. I think they could do it today. But it's going to be some great stuff. We're going to get our official plays out for you. Some good stuff. NHL, NBA, MLB. Final Four. Some NFL news with the draft just around the corner. So love talking sports with you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a follow. Thanks for chatting it up today.
Yeah, hit the books.pod on Instagram. Hit the books_pod on Twitter. We'll get all of our plays out there. Turn on those post notifications. Leave us a like, follow, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys this week for the podcast and next weekend for another MLB, NHL, NBA live stream. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Later. See ya. Thanks, Will.